What's up, guys? It's Stacy Burr, head coach of Bama Brick Squad Training, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about attempt selection. And people have all kinds of questions about where do I call my attempts? What do I need to hit? A lot of people start out and they go too heavy on their opener and then they're gassed out for second and thirds. So what is my idea of a tentative game plan on how to set up the best day for your first competition or second competition, or even some of the most complex competitions for third, fourth? Maybe that's what you need. Maybe it's not that you need to get stronger. Maybe you need to call your attempts better. So I'm going to walk you guys through my idea of attempt selection. All right, so first things first. You have 3 attempts in the squat, bench, and the deadlift. Your first attempt, which is also called your opener, is what I believe is the most important, because the opener is going to set the tone for the rest of the day. All right, so for your opener, I think percentages, people do things a little bit different, but where I like to be is between 85 and 90% of your target 1 rep max. And the reason why I like to do that around those percentages is you always want to open lighter. I actually like 87%. So you start out opening conservative because what you're trying to do, which I'll talk about later, is building momentum. Building momentum is something very, very important that a lot of people, even elite competitors, overlook, because they'll go too hard on the opener and then gas out, or then they won't have any room left if you go super hard on the squat, and then you have to do bench and deadlift after. So starting out light and building on the way up, creating that momentum, is something that I think is very, very important. So once you smoked your opener at 87%, where do we go next? Then we have our second attempt. So what we're going to do for our second attempt is we're going to bump those percentages up just a little bit, anywhere between 95 to 100%. I say the second attempt is usually where you like to either match your current PR or either maybe a little bit above that current PR so you can see where you're at. Go there, so you're building from that 87, moving your way right along, but not quite a full send yet. We're saving that for the third, right? It's about building momentum.
Stand up strong with it, let's go!
So here's the moment you've been waiting for. Now it's your third attempt, right? We've smoked the opener, smoked the second, which was your previous PR, or maybe a little bit over, and you've worked your way up. So now we're going to go to the third, which the third attempt I think should be your goal on what you're trying to hit, right? Instead of worrying about opening too light or opening too heavy, don't worry about where you're opening, worry about where you're finishing. And then sometimes you can work your way backwards to see what makes sense on your openers in second. Because that third attempt is going to be your target number that you're looking to hit, because that's the most important one. That's the one that matters. Worry about building to that third attempt, smash it, and then we got to move on to bench and deadlift as well.
545 pounds on the board!
So lastly, some things to consider with your attempt selection, because I don't think these numbers necessarily are the best fit for everybody. There is no one size fits all, because based on your progression, that's going to dictate what you really need to open with and then work your way up from there. I always used to tell my clients that your opener should be something that you could do drunk on one leg in the middle of the night. So you want to have enough confidence to open up on something that you know you can hit on a good day, bad day, no matter what concerns there are, right? So think about that with your meet expectations. Think about different variables that might change how you feel on meet day. People don't take this into consideration often enough, that traveling, it might, have some kind of effect on your body if you don't plan to recover quite as well, if you don't do your mobility work. There also can be the idea of if you cut weight or not. You guys know I'm not necessarily a fan of cutting weight, but it does have an adverse effect if you don't refeed properly. So make sure you're opening light enough that if that weight cut does affect you, if you don't get back up to fight weight, you need to make sure your opener is something that you can smash on any day of the week, drunk on one leg in the middle of the night, right? So make sure you're thinking about that. And then there's also the idea of fatigue. How long is the meet going to be? Have you ever done all 3 lifts, max effort, in one single day? Think about that while you're building the day. So that's one thing that we really want to work on, is building the day. Building the day lift by lift. you're not just a one specific kind of lifter. You don't just do squat, just do bench, just do dead if you're doing full power. So in a full power meet, your attempt selection is very important, being conservative and working your way up to hit those goal numbers on your third attempts. So I hope this was helpful, and if you guys like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me some ideas on other topics that you guys want me to cover for powerlifting specific training, or just general topics that you guys want to hear more about. Hope you guys have a great day.